Hi guys, my name is Courtney and welcome to my channel. This will be my first video on my Booktuber channel, so I thought what better way to start than with the Booktuber Newbie Tag. So we'll just jump right into it. So question 1 was, why did you start this channel? Honestly, I started this channel just to have a platform to talk about my love of reading, my love of books, my love of this community and everything in between. Just somewhere that wasn't Instagram. I am on Instagram, but I just wanted somewhere else as well. Honestly, my biggest inspiration for this channel was Books and Ella. I love her content. I've been watching her content for like 3 or 4 years now. And she just gave me the confidence to start my own channel, really. So question 2 is, what are some fun and unique things that you will bring to Booktube? I struggle a little bit with this question because I don't think I bring anything particularly unique, but I'm hoping I'll continue to bring the fun and love into this community that people adore. And just have a general sense of happiness being in this community. So question 3 is, what are you most excited for about starting this channel? Honestly, I'm excited just to reach more people, to interact with more people, to film content, to be a part of this beautiful community that's on Booktube. And hopefully have people love me back and interact with me back and just build this community bigger and better than it already is. So question 4 is, why do you love reading? I love reading because it's an escape. It gives me a chance to get out of this current reality and get lost between pages of somewhere else. I started reading properly again when I was about 16, when my gran died, and I felt I had nowhere else to turn. She was my best friend, and I've kind of not replaced her, but filled the void a little bit with books. Books are now my best friend, and any day that I feel the need to escape, I pick up a book. It makes me happy, and that's it, really. So question 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? Honestly, none. My gran got me into reading. She would always have 2 or 3 books at her house next to her reading chair. And whether it was a historical fiction, a murder mystery, a romance, I'd pick it up and read. Because she was reading, I wanted to be like my gran, so I would read. Honestly, I've been reading for as long as I can remember. They used to lose me at playtime at school and they'd find me in the classroom reading a book. But my gran was what got me into reading. The first pinnacle book that I can remember reading myself that was like, yeah, this is me, was The Perfect Husband by Lisa Gardner. I must have been about 13, and I think I've reread that book 8 or 9 times since. I love that book, and that was my first pinnacle book that got me into reading, but originally it was my gran. So question 6 is, what questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? Honestly, probably the same questions as this. Who's your favourite author? What got you into reading? Why do you continue to read? Just very simple questions that would help get to know them better. So question 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the most difficult to overcome? Honestly, it'll be work. Right now it's easy because I'm not working, I'm being furloughed due to the pandemic. So I have the time to record content, to upload, to do all that. But when I go back to work, it'll be more difficult because I generally work 5 or 6 days a week. So it only leaves me 1 day to record. I'm hoping that I can set myself a schedule and it will be relatively easy, but that's going to be the most difficult. So question 8 is, when did you start reading? I must have been 6 or 7 the first time I can actually remember sitting down with my gran and reading a book. But like I said, honestly, all my life, I genuinely couldn't pinpoint a time that I started reading. But probably about 6 or 7 was the time I remember starting to read. So question 9 was, where do you read? Honestly, I read anywhere that will allow me to read. I read at home, I read at work if it's a particularly quiet day, I read while I'm in the car waiting for someone, I read in the bath, I read in bed if my other half's is asleep and I'm not. Just anywhere that will allow me to read, I will read. And question 10 is, what kind of books do you like to read? My favourite are murder mysteries and psychological thrillers. I love anything with a good plot line, anything that really gets me on the edge of my seat. I'm a bit of a sucker for a romance and a humour. I do love a good romance. I also do love a good humour. I tend to steer away from historical fiction and paranormal sci-fi, but I'm not ruling any of it out. It's just what I tend to not go for. So yeah, that is me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.